Hello, welcome to the program. Today we're talking about the second international scientific conference called Ukraine and US Experience and Prospects of Cooperation, one dedicated to the 25th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations. Joining us to talk about this is Makar Taran, an associate professor from the Kyiv National Tarasa Shevchenka University. Thank you for joining us. So, since President Trump joined and took office in the United States, the help for Ukraine was expected to decrease. What's your insight on this situation?
We are still thinking about how he will make America great, and what does it mean by the notion great? Because we see that Trump's administration is under pressure of internal circumstances.
Some would call it chaotic.
Yeah. It is a unique administration because every American president before his approaches were covered in developed ideology. For instance, Barack Obama, Asian pivot or reset with Russia and so on. Trump's administration, just during the 1 year, we saw a lot of things, a lot of people retired, some people resigned. So we can state it now that Trump doesn't still have administration. His administration is under construction.
So would you say that it's because of this construction or because of internal contrary movements inside his administration that he becomes unpredictable, and how this lack of predictability, if one would say, will reflect on Ukraine's fate? So because Ukraine still needs the United States for certain things towards Russia, for example.
Fortunately, we see that Trump's administration is bounded with Congress, and the Congress, like leading actor in forming Ukrainian agenda in Trump's administration. So now we have Congressional Ukrainian Caucus. It's very, very important body in the United States because it's like a center generating concrete activity toward Ukraine. We have a very unique and very active dynamics in our military and strategic relations, Tillerson, Mattis, and so on. So I think Congress and United States institutions, they are on the top of Ukrainian agenda, not Trump's administration.
So my point being, is it possible to take concrete measure in that case? Is it possible to go through this administration? Is it possible to build something out of this chaotic situation for Ukraine?
Now the circumstances becoming more and more clear. Nobody wants war. Any war has unpredictable outcomes, and no doubt that any war has devastating outcomes. So the first strategic task of American policy is first contain Russia, and the United States try to make Ukraine stronger in face of Russia assertiveness. And second, anyway, Washington, and it was stated by Walker, Washington still seeks strategic decision on Ukraine with Russia as well.
It is an important speaker, but so recently there has been those commemoration of the Magnitsky's death, and it appeared that some questions have been asked around the sanctions since it has been applied. Do you think there has been any changes? How do you see the sanctions continue? Do you think they will be that way under this administration? Do you think this pro-Ukrainian, I would say, core in the Congress will manage to keep those sanctions? And are they, according to you, efficient enough to counter Russia?
Sanctions are the main tool in the strategy of containment. The second tool is supplying Ukraine with kind of weapon. Sure, we strongly need sophisticated weapons, but weapon, it's quite, it's a tool more related to, tough power, to hard power. So I think the sanction policy will be developed more in the States. And as I know, American Treasury Department has 100 more officials making a specific strategy of sanctions towards Russia as well.
Well, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you in the studio. That was Makar Taran, Associate Professor from the Kyiv National Tarasa Shevchenka University. Thank you for watching the program. Stay tuned for the rest.